Hello, all my faithful viewers. Time for the weekly news. Actually, it's past time. I apologize. I am a day late and $50 short. But let's see what we got here with from the Friday, May 2 Journal. The main headline says Representative Glenn Thompson still hiding from his constituents. Yeah, okay, there's no headline that actually says that, but it should. Let me tell you a story about our so-called local U.S. representative who doesn't seem to represent anything for people in this district. As I've mentioned before, he's one of those guys that just does whatever his Republican overlords tell him to do. But let me tell you, hello Donna, let me tell you why I first started being leery of him. In his very first term back in, 1920, he did a town meeting in a local town, and somebody asked him about taxing the rich. And he's one of these clowns that believes in trickling down. Personally, I've been waiting to get trickled down to since the Reagan administration. But here's what he said to that person. He said, to you or I, $1 million is a lot of money. Hey, nerdy. He said, but you have to understand, somebody that has a business and they make $1 million, okay, that's a lot of money, but then they have to pay their employees, they have to pay for the offices, they have to pay for their equipment, So this is so typical, I feel, of the right-wingers, because either they're stupid or they count on us being stupid, because anybody who knows anything about income tax knows that employees, vehicles, electric bills for your factory and all that stuff, that's all deducted before the income you declare. So if their income's $1 million, that's $1 million after expenses. Anyway, let's go on to see what they actually talked about in here. Well, the reader of the week is going to be Yasmina Spielberg. Okay. Oh, award a cookie to whoever can figure out this person's ethnicity by the end of this. And hi, Howard. Okay, we got What a Weekend. And it just seems like, okay, in the pictures, they're going to talk about a play. The Roland Theater hosted the Paragon Orchestra on Saturday. And kids raised money for Hershey Hospital. And there was also a opening for the, tell me this isn't an appetizer. Front page, a picture of cutting the ribbon for Amy Doran Realty Group. But here, I'll show you. This is what the front page looks like this week. Okay, now let's see what kind of non-news they have inside. We got Phillipsburg Elementary continues fundraising. They had a dance-a-thon for the Hershey Children's Hospital. We got more pictures on the next page of that stuff that was on the front page. Yeah, it tells you something. As you can tell, this isn't a very big newspaper, but they managed to spread one story over several pages. Okay. Now there's a whole page with the area baseball and softball roundup. We're not going to mess with that. We got a letter to the editor that somebody wrote, the PO Mountie Nation. Mounties is the mascot for the local high school. The PO Education Foundation is in desperate need of new members. I thought the PO Education, I thought that was the teachers union. In order to sustain our mission in supporting and promoting the staff and students of PO. Okay, I guess the POEA is, or POEF actually, is like what they call a PTO now. PTA. Yeah, okay. We have some obituaries. We have Thomas Z. Tommy Schreffler, born in 55. He's a couple years older than me, but I'm pretty sure I was in school with him. Let's see if it says what year he graduated. It doesn't, maybe he didn't. I was thinking he was in my same grade. And then we have Barbara Ann Small, who any of you that see this probably already know about. That's my sister, born in 1963. If you haven't seen her obituary, I did a video on it. Advertisement. Seen, spelled S-C-E-N-E. They are so clever. Seen and heard about town. Well, we got a picture of that lady opening her realty company. We have somebody who killed a turkey. And it looks like a bunny joined the elks. That doesn't seem right. Here, yeah. I'll show you some pictures of that. I can't see what I'm doing. You know, you rehearse and you rehearse and you rehearse, and still nothing goes right. Okay, so there's the people that killed themselves a turkey. I was just going to say I didn't think they were in season, but now I remember there's a spring gobbler season. There's the bunny that seems to have joined the elks because I see the BPOE in the background. I mean, you know, are bunnies and elks even related? And there's a lady that opened a real estate company. So far, I've seen no police reports. We have the middle school students of the month, and as we've stated before, Toby's still in elementary school, so we don't care about middle school and high school so much. We got classifieds. We have a picture of the borough crew cleaning up trees that came down. And we have the Reader of the Week, Yasmina Spielberg. Now she's sitting in the theater. How much you want to bet this is about that same thing that was on the first 3 pages? Yasmina is, oh, well, okay. Do we have any guesses of her ethnicity? Yasmina Spielberg, because it's going to say she actually immigrated here. Anybody? Anybody? I'll tell you, there's a cookie up for it. Yasmina is from a little village near Lausanne, Switzerland. I bet nobody was going to guess that. And came to the United States to pursue her career playing the clarinet. I had a dream. She traveled to Phillipsburg from her now home in New York City to join the Paragon Ragtime Orchestra. So yeah, that's that thing that is was on the front page. Where they asked her some questions. What is something surprising most people don't know about you? Now this is a lady who immigrated from Switzerland and lives in New York. And they ask, what is something we won't know about you? How about everything? Okay, when I was a kid, my mother raised tortoises. It takes almost 48 hours for their eggs to hatch. They are so cute. Okay, there's somebody summing up their life. And what's something we don't know about you? And it's, well, my mother used to do this. I'm telling you, this paper always gives you that in-depth reporting. Oh no, Don, I don't think yesterday was a holiday. Maybe it was. I don't know what yesterday would have been. But I thought it was just, see, my neighbor always brings my mail to me, and I thought he was just maybe not around. Let's see, what do you like most about Phillipsburg? And again, she's here for what, a day or two to play her clarinet? The apple turnovers, which are from Pizza King Jerry Lessie, and the boneless wings, and the Roland Theater. I will tell you, Jerry Lessie owns the pizza place, Highway Pizza. This place is a local landmark, basically. It was going back when I was in high school. It was a place where you'd be out cruising at night and you'd stop in for a couple of slices. And Jerry Lessie, who's I think about 5 years older than me, when he was in school, he worked there for the guy. And I think that's probably the only real job he's held his whole life, but he worked there and eventually he bought the place and he's been running it ever since. He's probably been, I don't know, might be owning it for like 50 years. It's one of those things that when people who moved away come back to visit, they say, oh, let's get Highway Pizza. And let's see, what is your motto? Give everything. In French, don tout. Okay. You know, I don't think it'd be any surprise that a clarinet player seems to be really boring. Okay, now let's check out the groceries. We have 6 packs of Coke products, 4 for $13. Vidalia onions for 99 cents. I gotta give me some Vidalia onions this week. Friendly ice cream, 2 for $7. Now I could always use some friendly ice cream. Don't you just hate the rude ice cream? You know, you're gonna have ice cream. I mean, you know, because ice cream's already wanting to kill you. It's gonna give you diabetes and heart problems. At least be nice about it, you know? Don't be like, you know, you open up the lid and the ice cream going like, hey, don't you think you've had enough, you fat bastard? No. You want an ice cream to be like, hey, I'm here to make your day. Look, I got chocolate and cherries in me. Yeah, that's the kind of ice cream that it's worth the 2 for $7, you know. Oh, we got Kraft cheese, you know, the grated stuff, 2 for $5. And oh, it seems like everything they're advertising this week is all kind of snacky type stuff. But that is what we call the news. And thanks for those who came in, and thanks for those who watch this later. I'll see. And by the way, if you haven't yet, the Muckster channel, Muckster News Service, has started a news service called Today in History, and it's getting reviews. Everybody says it's the best history channel on the internet. At least everybody I've talked to says it. So check it out. I'll see you guys later.
And that's the way it is.